I forgot to say one thing in my introduction. I want to say God gave us this idea to put this laughter and humor and health together. One of the things that had helped me was my own wife. Many of you know that she had cancer about 4 years ago, and after that after the surgery and chemo and radiation, all of that, the Lord began to work in her life. One day the Lord asked her, "What's in your heart?" And then she had to say, in her heart there were fears, there were anxiety, there was worry, and there was bitterness and anger. And then the Lord said, "Will you let go of that?" And naturally, as she knelt down and said, "God, I give all of this to you." You know what happened after that? Her progress was amazing. Amazing. And she just lost a few lower teeth because of radiation. And then we talked to various doctors about various things. They said, "We got to take a bone from here and put it here, and then she won't be able to eat for 3 months. Then you got to give nose feeding and all kinds of stuff." And we listened to all the options. Finally, we got a doctor who said, "It's a very simple thing, Pastor. We'll put a removable denture, and that'll solve the problem." So we put the removable denture. I accepted the removable denture very easily. You know why? Now she has the removable denture. You know why? When we fight, I can remove. She won't bite me. But I want to praise God. You know why? My wife is well, and she's cracking jokes, and she's laughing now. She's sitting to my right, and she's one of the most beautiful person here anyway. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, my wife, actually, one day I asked her this question, you know. This is before the Lord dealt with her about a fear. And she said one day, he said, "You know, I'm afraid." You know, he said, and all of that. "I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that." And she's afraid of one thing. She's afraid of the dog, you know. And as a pastor, we used to visit home. And when we touch the gate, just about opening the gate, going to visit this home, she'll whisper and say, "Darling, do they have a dog?" I will always say, "Yes, they have a dog." You know why? That's the only time she holds my hand. Yes, my dog. We are afraid of so many things, you know. We are afraid of so many things. And one day I asked my wife, you know, he said, "What are you afraid of?" She said, "This, that, and the other." And then finally I said to my wife, now this is long before, and she is now a transformed person now. And I asked her, "Darling, tell me one thing. What are you not afraid of, darling?" And she said, "I'm not afraid of you only." Pray for me, please. Our fears actually become maximum in the night, you know. And in the night, when you're sleeping, you hear the dog, "Hey, I'm sure some robber has come," you know. The fish, the fish, "Oh, something is happening, something is burning, something is happening," you know. And if the telephone rings, "Oh, I think somebody died. I hope it's not my mother-in-law," you know. All of this increases in the night, you know. There was this couple, you know. And every night they would sleep, and the wife will wake up, "Some noise. Darling, I think there's a robber. Go and check it out. Go and check. There's a robber downstairs." This poor man will get out of the bed, go downstairs and see there's no robber. And almost every night this used to happen, you know. One day they were sleeping late in the night, and then the wife says, "Darling, I'm sure there's a robber. Get out of the bed. There's sure a robber there." So the poor chap, you know, gets out of the bed, and for the 9th, 10th time, he goes downstairs. And when he goes downstairs this time, lo and behold, there is a robber there. He's so fascinated. "Welcome, welcome. My wife will be expecting me for 10 years. We are afraid of the night, we are afraid of the darkness, and sometimes we are afraid of the ghosts and all of that, you know. This guy desperately needed a house, you know, he was looking for a house hunting. And then, and he saw this beautiful house, huge house, and he wanted to go and see that place. So he knocks the door, 2 people open the door, and these 2 people give him a guided tour of the entire house, big hall, dining table, everything. Very, very impressed as he sees this. Finally, when the tour is over, and this man who was looking for this house looks at these 2 people and he says, "You know what? I really like this house. It's really fabulous. It'd be wonderful. But if somebody told me that this is a haunted house. So these two people say, I don't know anything, we don't know anything about that. We died 100 years ago, actually. long before the calendar came into existence, long before the calendar came into existence, 366 times our God said, fear not. When you have fear, there are about 1,400 changes that takes place in your body. There are 30 neurotransmitters that are emitted. When you have fear in your system, you actually invite sickness into your system. When you let there's chemical change that takes place in your system. That's why, in 1 John 4:18 we read, perfect love, it just simply casts out all fear. When you know that God deeply loves you, you will have no fear. And when you live that way, the possibility of you falling sick is very less. And when you live that way, you can actually recover from every sickness. Thank you. God bless you.